Mic test 1, 2. Can you hear me? Oh, hi guys. This is Ian, back with another live stream. And okay, so this is audition type of live stream. So I'm going to audition 3 different IEMs today. And I have here the DQ6. Okay, so this is the DQ6. And then I have the retuned DQ6 by HBB. Okay, and I'm going to also audition the CCA CRA. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to a few songs that you can see on my screen here, 5 songs exactly, and for each song I will listen to it with that IEM, and then I'll give it a rating. Okay, so just sit back, relax, and listen to my commentary. So the first song is Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. Okay, and the first IEM to go is the DQ6. Okay, so where's my DQ6? It's right here. Okay, so this is the DQ6. Okay, cables. Wow. Right. Let's get the tangly cables out. And let's go. And by the way, I'm using my hip deck 2, right? So this is my hip deck 2, as you can see, and all my settings are to the default. Okay, no gain and no bass added to it. So just to let you guys know. All right, so let's start the audition. So first to go is the DQ6 and Don't Stop Me Now. Let's go. So immediately Freddie is very, very sharp. So when he goes to the higher octaves, so when he speaks out the S is really, really sharp. Ooh, really sharp, very, very sharp, high octaves out there. Okay, so soundstage is more of a in the head type of soundstage. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. For me, I'm pretty okay with that type of in the head type of soundstage. Mids is the mid bass. Okay, mid bass is pretty good. Sub bass. Okay, the rumble's there. The impact is there for the mid bass as well, especially when the kick drum comes in. Pretty impactful. Okay, not much of a sub bass on this. The bass guitar is somewhere behind, is somewhere recessed, so I can't really hear that that bass guitar. So let's give this about, oh, there you go. Okay, so let's give it about 3. Mids, Freddie sounds a bit behind the instruments, so oh, so now the electric guitar is, playing, and I could hear that it's really, really sharp. Okay, so detail is okay. Ooh, okay. detail retrieval is pretty okay. Nah, just give it a bit more. Yeah. Okay, so let's pause the song. Oh, so I'm getting that ringing sound in my ear. So, okay, so this is the DQ6. Let's move on to the DQ6S. Okay, so let's listen to this and I'll give it a score. Okay, let's restart the song and let's go. Immediately when Freddie sings, the higher octaves is not as sharp, so that sibilance there is solved. The S, you know, when ecstasy, when he sings ecstasy, I don't hear that sibilant there. So okay, so I think the treble is pretty okay. The sub bass, when starts kicking in, I can hear that bass just a little bit more. Mids, Freddie sounds a little bit clearer in the mids, so might give it a bit more for that. Oh, not for the mid bass. Yeah, mid bass. Sound stage, they sound the same. I don't hear any difference. No difference in sound stage, so it's more in your head type of the detail. Let me hear just a little bit more of the song so I can hear if that there's a bit more detail and resolution. But so far I feel that the detail and resolution is almost the same. Yeah, I might give it just a little bit more. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yep. Cool. All right, let's pause the song and let's move on to the next IEM. And the next one would be the CCA CRA. Okay, so let's put this in the ear. All right. So, same song, Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. And this time, listening to the CCA CRA. Let's go. Yeah, you know, Freddie do sound clean and clear on the higher octaves. Let's hear what happens when he speaks that S. Ecstasy is good, is clean and clear. Ah, the simple strikes. Simple strikes are really clean on this. Sub bass is not as present. The mid bass as well, the impact, the thump. Yeah. Okay. And Freddie do sound just that little bit forward. It's got a warmer tone to it. No. He does sound forward, but he does not sound as warm. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I might just give the it's just that little bit forward more than the DQ6S. Now, soundstage, the instruments are on the side. Freddie is in front, more forward, and the drum set is behind him, supporting him. So I think the soundstage and imaging, the keyboard is on this side, guitars on this side. So I think soundstage and imaging is good. Yep, so cymbal strikes on this side and the supporting vocals at the back. So imaging is pretty good on this. And I can feel that cymbal strike is just that little bit clearer. Okay, cool, nice. Okay, so that's for the CCA CRA. Let's move on to the next song, DQ6. All right, so DQ6. And this will be a test of the vocals. All right. Now DQ6 in my ears. Let's begin. We've just begun by Sinne. Ooh, the trumpets really sharp. You know, the opening trumpets. And okay. I mean, Sinne do sound quite energetic. The upper treble is really that sharpness. I'm getting that sharpness in my ears. Some may find it bright, but some may find it a bit too sharp. Okay, so treble. Okay, maybe I'll just, it gives me a bit more energy, I would feel. And Sinne don't sound as forward and energetic as I would feel. And it's really boxed in for the soundstage. So it's like in your face type of soundstage. So yeah. Okay, so let's give this one the mids. Mids is better than the last song, I would feel. Sub bass is pretty okay. It's about the same as the last song. Ooh, the trumpet, you know, whenever the trumpet comes in, that sharpness. Okay, detail, even though, you know, the trumpets come in, the cymbal strikes, you know, that little tap on the cymbal, can't really get it. I can't really pick it up on the, but it's pretty alright. Okay, so let's pause this song and move on to the next IEM, and that would be the DQ6S. Okay, so DQ6S. Right. Okay, let's restart the song, and now I'm auditioning the DQ6S. Oh, immediately when the trumpet comes in, the opening trumpet is not as sibilant, and the bass. So because the treble is not as sharp, it's not as sibilant, I can hear that bass coming in. So it's much better, and the bass. Mids, okay, Sinne do sound just that little bit clearer. So yeah. Okay. You know, when the snare starts, yep, I think mid bass, I would give this the impact, because this song is not a really impactful song, so yeah, mid bass is pretty okay for these two songs. Now the details on this, the tap on that cymbal, the strike on the cymbal is just good. You know, it's just a little bit better than the DQ6. It's cleaner. Yep. Okay, so I think it's pretty clear, you know, the difference between the DQ6 and DQ6S. But the next one would be the CRAs. Right, so let's listen to the CRAs and see how these perform as compared to the DQ6 and the S. Right, so let's restart. We've just begun by that opening trumpet. It's, you know, it's clean and clear and sparkly. I can hear that sparkle. Very good. I mean, it's not as sibilant as the DQ6. You can hear that sparkle to it, but it's not as sibilant. It's not biting into your ear, kind of. You know, can't really explain, but yeah. The mids, I can feel that Sinne is just that little bit more forward. Yep. Sub bass is pretty okay. Okay. Sound stage. Okay, that's C. Sound stage. So again, I can hear the instruments. The trumpets on this side, the clarinets on this side, and Sinne is right in front here. And I can hear the double bass. Double bass is right on this side here, you know, strumming along. So sound stage is pretty good. Yep. Okay, so enough. I've heard enough of the we've just begun. Okay, so I'm done with the third song. Let's move on to the next song. Sorry, this is the second song. So the third song now is Say Something. Okay, and let's go back to the DQ6. All right, so I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Yeah, I see quite a few comments. Okay, right. So let's move on to the next song, and DQ6 are in my ears. And Say Something, A Great Big World by Christina Aguilera. So the piano is pretty okay. In the opening piano. Oh, the is it Ed Sheeran? I don't know who's the male vocal. Does anyone know? But I think it's Ed Sheeran. And when he say something, that say something is really, really sibilant. Man. See, say something, you know, that part there is really sharp. And pianos, now that the other instruments comes in and the vocal is, you know, in the background, the mids, it's not as forward as I wished. So and this song doesn't really have much bass, so a bit hard to judge the bass on this song. But immediately the sound stage is in your head, vocals are in your head, they're more in here. Okay. The song is pretty well recorded, so quite okay. The detail and resolution on this song. The background violins, I can hear them. So, yeah. Right, so how about the sub bass? You know, when Christina might just, she's, this song has got a lot of say, and that say something is really sharp. Sorry, I'm repeating myself, but yeah. Ooh. Okay, double bass came in, so the bass is pretty okay. Not much of an impact to this song, but it's just maybe the piano strikes that I can judge on, which is, I'll just give it a fair 3.5. Sounds pretty warm. Okay. I might not pick this song for the next test because not much of a bass on this song. Alright, so let's move on to the next IEM, which is the DQ6S. Same song. Might just test the sibilance on this song because the say something is really sharp. Let's start. Okay, so now I'm listening to the DQ6 Say Something, Great Big Wall and Christina Aguilera. There you go. So when he say something, it's not as sharp. It's really obvious. Okay, wow. So this retuned DQ6 is really good. I mean, the vocals they're not as forward as some other IEMs, but they're good. You know, they're not laid back, and they do have that note weight as well. You know, carry some authority when the Great Big Wall is singing. So same type of soundstage. In fact, I'm not gonna go on listening to this, but immediately I can tell the mids and vocals a bit more forward. Bass, I can't hear much of the bass and the sub bass, so I'm just going to leave it as that. Soundstage, again, vocals, it's more in your head. The violins just right around here, maybe, you know. Yeah, same soundstage. Okay, so let's pause the song. Okay, same type of soundstage for the DQ6S. Now let's move on to the CCA, CRAs. All right. Now let's restart the song. Say something. I hope I don't hear that sharpness again. Okay. Immediately the piano do sound more forward, and when he says something, it's not as sharp, it's more clear. is more controlled. So treble definitely is much better. Mid bass, not getting much of that tone there, but yeah, it's pretty okay. You know, I can't really hear much of a difference between the CCA and CRAs in terms of the sub bass and the mid bass. Just that little bit less prominent, less forward, but the tone and the timbre is almost the same. But soundstage, I can hear that it's quite a wider soundstage. The instruments a little bit further. I can hear that the vocals are better positioned. Sound separation is much better as well. So definitely. And because of that, the detail retrieval, especially the violins when it's playing in the background, I can hear that nuance of details as well. So really, really good in terms of detail retrieval. Even though it's, you know, the treble, I can feel that the treble is brighter, is bright, but it's not sibilant. So that's the difference. Both the DQ6 and the CRAs, they have that really sharp, not sharp, but bright treble. But the CRAs, they have a more controlled and cleaner treble. Okay, so I've heard enough of that song. Right, let's move on to the next song, which is, well, this time round it's going to be a heavy metal song, and it's by Metallica. All right, so let's go back to the DQ6, and this is going to be an interesting one because it's a heavy metal song. All right, the shortest straw by Metallica. Let's go. So doesn't seem to be, I don't seem to be hearing anything. Something went wrong. Oh, guess what? I plugged in the wrong headphone jack. So let's start that again. Okay, let's go now. Okay, opening guitar. Ooh. Okay, so this song has the opening electric guitars, and then it goes really crazy and starts jamming on that guitar, and simple strikes, really, really sharp. Well, I mean, if you like the sharpness and that kick of the electric guitar, by all means, DQ6, man. Wow. Okay, so it's really sharp. So I'm gonna give this 2.6. Sub bass is good. It's really impactful, but it's like muddled, but is impactful. Yeah, the sub bass good as well. And when the vocals kicked in, it's like veiled by the drums, by the bass guitar, by that really sharp cymbal strike. Can't really hear the vocals, so, but that's how it is. And everything is like in my head. It's like screaming in my head kind of soundstage. And sound separation like all the sound is like in the mix kind of thing. It's like jumbled up in there. So detail as well. Okay, so I can't listen to this anymore. So I'm just gonna pause this. So yeah, really sharp. Right, let's move on to the next one. See if the DQ6 is better. Come on, don't get mixed up. Okay, so this is Metallica, the shortest straw, and the opening electric guitar is really sharp on the DQ6. All right, so let's restart that song and start. And now auditioning the DQ6S. Let's go. Ooh. Yeah. Wow. Come on. Let's go crazy with the guitars. Yeah, you see? It's not as sibilant. It's good. It's a good electric guitar. You can feel that strum. It's good. The treble is really tame. Really tame. The bass. Ooh, wow, the bass. Damn. Bass is good. And that impact. Oh, I love this. Okay, so this is really good. You know, I'm feeling really hyped listening to this song on the DQ6S as compared to the DQ6. DQ6 is really unbearable, but soundstage is almost the same, and the treble is a bit muted. Just that little bit better. Just that little bit better. And vocals, yeah, they're better. It's a bit more forward, bit more noticeable. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. As you can see, my reaction, I'm enjoying this same song on the DQ6S. Wow, cool. Okay, so let's move on to the next IM, and that would be the CCA CRAs, if I can get it out from the nest. Okay, CCA CRA in my ear, and listening to Metallica, the shortest straw. Okay, so let's reset the song and listen to it again. Let's go. Ooh. Come on, go crazy on electric guitar. Yeah. 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 Okay, I would say the treble on this is just as good. In fact, just that little bit controlled than the DQ6S. Yeah, that simple strike, you know, even though it's there, you can hear it, but it's not as sharp, it's not as sibilant. Yeah, okay. All right. I would hope that bass guitar would have more rumble. Yeah, but the rumble and that impact as well is not as impactful as the DQ6S. But nevertheless, okay, so yeah, vocals, they sound forward, right? And again, in terms of soundstage imaging, I can hear guitars on this side, drums in front, vocals right in front of it. Yeah, and the positioning is, you know, as what I would imagine, you know, when I'm watching a live event. Yeah, definitely better soundstage and imaging. And cymbal strikes do sound cleaner. Yeah. Okay, so much for Metallica. Alright, so I'm down to my last song. I'm glad you guys made it through to the last song. Thank you so much for watching again. You know, I hope you guys are enjoying this, and if you guys have any feedback, let me know. Okay, so the next song would be Hiroyuki Sawano. Okay, and come on, let's get this untangled. Attack on Titan Season 2. So this is an anime soundtrack. And I'm listening on the DQ6. You see Big Girl. Let's go. By Hiroyuki. Ooh. Again, there is that opening. The opera type of opening is really in your face and really sharp. Ooh. Okay, so the background singers, when they open up the song, they really go up in that higher octave, and it's really unbearable. Oh man, it gives me that shock, and it's like right in my face type of shock. The bass is pretty good, and that rumble is really good as well. That peak is peaking on this song. Man, the treble is peaking on this song. So you have trumpets on this song. Trumpets is really peaky. Man, well, it breaks at the higher ends. The sound breaks. Okay, so soundstage is about the same. Details okay. The violins, they don't sound energetic. Sound. The detail on it, micro detail is not as good as well. Ooh. Okay. All right. So let's stop listening to this one. By the way, these are not modded. Okay. They are not modded. So these DQ6 are the original DQ6. Let's move on to the next IEM, and the next one would be the DQ6S, and listening to Hiroyuki Sawano. This is the soundtrack from Attack of the Titan Season 2. Okay, so let's restart this song and let's listen to it again. So the opening background singers, that is that sibilant part on the DQ6. Hopefully I don't hear it on this. Yep, I don't hear it. Sounds beautiful. Sounds great. I don't hear that sibilance. That treble is really good on this. Really good. Really good. Okay, great. It's definitely good. So the treble on these are really good. You know, it's fixed. It's not sibilant. It's not shouty. You know, when the background singer starts to sing and open up the song, they really bring out the song, the opening of the song. The opening of this song is really important. Brings that emotion out from that song. Soundstage is almost the same, so no different there. The detail and the resolutions, not as peaky. It doesn't sound as grainy as the DQ6, so I would give this just that little bit more. Sub bass. Let's wait for that bass to come in. The mids is pretty okay. You can hear the violin much clearer than the DQ6. Okay. That Japanese drum is now going in the background. Let's wait for that impact. Yeah. Okay. Impact is good. Not as good as the last song, but yeah. That rumble. Okay. Okay, I think the rumble is pretty okay, so might give that just a little bit more. I'm not too sure if the song, but the treble on this does break as well, so it might be the song, I don't know. Let's see if it breaks on the CCA or CRA, then it might be the song that is a little bit over recorded. But yeah. Okay, so I'm done with the CCA CRAs for the Hiroyuki Sawano. And let's move on to the CCA CRA. Hey Tony. Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. I am. Okay, so the next IM would be the CCA CRAs, listening to the same song by Hiroyuki Sawano, and this is the soundtrack of the Attack of Titans Season 2. Okay, so let's restart this song and listen to it again on the CRAs. Let's go. The opening background singers, again, no shoutiness, no sibilance, really good. And the bass is there, almost as good as the DQ6, I would say. That impact as well, the thump of that drums. And the mids is forward. When the background singers opened up the song, I could feel more forwardness from those background singers, even though this song doesn't have a main singer, a lead singer. Yeah, I think it's the song. I can feel that some part of the song is a little bit grainy. Might be the song. So, and the graininess does happen to all three of these IMs, so yeah. But I can feel that the soundstage on this, because this is a soundtrack, so I can the positioning of these instruments, they should be more prominent, and the sonic positioning of the sounds from position, you know, panning from left to right, it's better. It's more detail as well. And as I mentioned, the background singers, they do sound much more forward. Okay, so I'm done with all my songs, total of 5 songs with a total of 3 IMs. And yeah, 3 IMs. And this is my conclusion. So basically the DQ6, the original DQ6, they do sound sibilant, they do peak for certain songs, and it's quite unbearable to me sometimes. But I got used to it. You know, I got used to the DQ6 because I've been listening to it with heavy metal songs and rock songs. But the DQ6S, I would say, has much more improved treble. Okay, it's much more bearable. The bass, the sub bass is just that little bit more impact and more rumble, and yeah, overall as a package, this one is a much better improvement as compared to the DQ6. Now let's compare the DQ6S and is this the S? Where's my S? Okay, getting a bit confused here. Okay, so the DQ6S and the CCA CRAs. Okay, so in terms of the soundstage detail retrieval resolution, I would give it to the CCA CRAs. The mids, I would give it to the CCA CRAs. The treble, I would say, yeah, CCA CRAs. The sub bass and the mid bass, I would give it to the DQ6S. Yep, it's pretty straightforward. If you look at my rating, this is what I hear, this is the emotion I get from listening to these IEMs on the same song. And yeah, it's as real as it gets, right? Right, so let's take a look at some of the comments. Oh, wow. Okay, Leno, hello, damn, okay, yeah, you like the CRAs. Let's see, any other comments? Okay, it's amazing how sparkly and not sibilant the sound of the CRAs. Yeah, I mean, they sparkle, you know, they don't sound sibilant, which is true. First I am bought, okay. Yeah, DQ6 and CRA, well, not the DQ6, I would say the DQ6S now should be in any audio enthusiast collection. Hi Tony, thanks for watching. And Russ, yes, you can do you play with high volume with or without testing? Okay, wait, just to show you guys the volume that I'm listening to all my songs, even when I'm not testing. Okay, I hope you can see it's at 50%. Okay, 50%. Right, so even when I'm not testing any of my songs, I'm listening to at a volume of 50%. So it's fair there, right? So it's my normal listening level and it's my test listening level as well. Okay, so that's it for my live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself and learned something from this live stream. And if you did, please guys, you know, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that you get notified of my future live streams or my future videos when I upload them. Right, so that's it for this live stream. Thank you so much for watching and, you know, keeping me company and, you know, commenting as well. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, a great evening ahead, and I'll see you again in my next live stream.